So contrary to a lot of myths, yeah, lactic acid is it's not it's not it's not our enemy, yeah. And if we know how to train in the right zone, we can actually use lactic as a fuel source. All of us are producing lactic acid. So right now on this call on a Sunday afternoon, where we've all chilled out, had a glass of wine, relaxed, we are producing lactic. And if we took our blood, we'd all have between 1 and 2 millimoles of lactic acid. We all got a slightly different baseline. Yeah. So we produce lactic acid even in a steady state. But if we can train in the right way, we can actually use it as a full fuel source. So if you look at the chart on the left, yeah, we eat some carbs, that generates some glucose. We're all probably familiar with that. Yeah. Now the body converts glucose to a chemical called pyruvate, and that's the sort of the energy currency that it uses to fuel the body, whether it's from carbohydrate or whether it's from fat. The body just uses pyruvate. If we go down the aerobic sort of pathway, so we come down this way and we're working aerobically with oxygen, our body sort of takes that, it converts it to an energy source, uses the sort of the mitochondria in the muscle, produces energy, and it's very, very happy. It can keep doing that. There's a cycle called the Krebs cycle where it just keeps doing that. And as long as we're fueling correctly, we can actually go in that aerobic state pretty much forever, yeah. However, when we increase the intensity, we start to go anaerobic, and the byproduct of anaerobic metabolism is we generate more lactic. But the great thing about lactic is a lot of our vital organs, like the liver, like the brain, they actually love it. So actually, if we're training in the right intensity, we can actually take lactic, it goes back to the liver says, thank you very much, I convert that back to glucose, back to pyruvate, and the cycle keeps going round. So if we're training ourselves in that sort of zone between LT1 and LT2, we can actually use lactic as fuel. And certainly as endurance athletes, you know, why wouldn't we want to do that? It's a bit like a hybrid car. We can just keep going. It's only when we put the foot on the pedal and we produce too much of it, the body says, oh, hang about, I don't like this, and the muscles start to break down and we get sore. So a lot of what we'll be doing in that sort of training zone, in your race zone, is making sure that you can clear that, and that process is called lactic shuttling. Yeah.